Happy Sunday. Oh, you can't be done. I need background noises. I'm gonna wait for one. I'm out here at a secret park just finishing some BP. Challenge a young Goliath here, which maybe when he's done, maybe my guess, I'll have him ask you a question. He's a young guy, could hit the ball a mile, but he's out here working on his game. So, thank you for coming out. Chihuahua, got a great show for you tonight. Basically, the guy that I'm going to be having an interview with right now is pretty much did everything you could probably want to do in softball for the most part. He's done almost everything except maybe Dancing with the Stars is probably the only thing he's yet to do. So I see he's on there. I'm going to be having Johnnie Baily come on. He's doing some BPs and do some BPs, so I'm going to see if he can get me on or I can get him on. All right. So, how you doing, Doug? Thank you for coming out. What's up, DJ?
Hey.
Hey. Can you hear me all right, JB?
Yeah, I hear you.
Can you? Hey there. Can you hear me all right?
There you go. I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Hold on.
I can't hear you right now, JB.
Can you hear me?
Thanks for coming, but I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Okay. Well, is it, you want to hang up and try and call?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes.
All right. I can't hear myself. I'm going to try some. Okay. How you doing, buddy? So you're finishing up your lap. I can't hear you for some reason. Hold on here a second. Yeah, I can't hear you, JB. Yeah.
You want to
just get going. I'm trying some new equipment. I'm gonna try something right here. But I can't hear you. Okay. All right, I can hear right now.
You can hear me?
You hear me, JB?
Yes.
All right, awesome. So you're gonna be finishing up your last round right here.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to take my last round right now.
All right, Bob. Anything you're gonna be focusing on right now this round?
Well, this round I just since it's my last round, I just I try and this is my power round pretty much.
Okay.
Just try and square everything up, spin it. If I miss in the gap. That's about it.
Good thinking.
Hopefully I hit all 12 of these balls out.
That's right, big man. I wouldn't doubt it. I also, when I do that last power run, I always think in a game, I thinking 2 guys on base and 2 outs, just to kind of spice up my round.
Yeah. I put a little, and also what we do on this last round is actually like we do a little game. We try and how many runs we can get with hitting home runs and stuff. So put pressure on yourself. Put pressure on yourself in batting practice. You get in the game, this should be easy.
I agree. So go ahead and get in there, Bubba. Let's check you out here.
All right. I'm gonna flip this around and we'll get ready. I got Fee gonna hold the phone for me while we do this.
Right on. What bat are you gonna be swinging?
I'll let her hold the phone.
What bat are you swinging?
I'm gonna be swinging mine. Hold on. I'll let him flip this around. Thanks, Fee. I'm gonna be swinging my signature bat, the Miken and Max Low.
I hear there's a big demand for those right now, buddy.
What's that?
I hear there's a pretty good demand for those right now.
Yeah, man. It's hard to find them now. Hopefully they make more soon. So I can get one in everybody's hand.
My cousin Mondo Lerma's got one. He's holding onto it like it's gold because he doesn't even know what he's got. We're out here with Johnnie Baily. He's doing his final round. And what he's going to be working on is powering up the home runs, possibly, 2 guys on the field. Oh, well. Hey, you missed. Did you hear me? Right? On your phone, Mike? Did you hear me? Okay. Clear? If there's any problems with the voice, please let me know. Nice yard. Be able to hit somewhere like that. So we're watching Johnnie Baily right now taking some BP, and then we're going to have an interview. Look at his swing, how he cuts it. Pretty much hitting the ball where it's being pitched. We're out here with Johnnie Baily doing his signature series Miken pro bat. Really nice swing. I like how he cuts the ball, comes through it. Hey, you listen, you can hear my voice in here? Oh, well, there's a flip. You're working on your flip. I've been told I got to work on my flip, JB, too. I'm just a little guy. I can't flip.
I'm a little winded now, but I'm flip it back around real quick, and we can go.
Right on. So,
But yeah.
how many swings you take today, bub?
Today, man.
Yes.
Let me see. I do 2 backside, 1 middle, 1 more pull with 20, 40, 60, 80. Plus that, almost 100 swings a day total.
100. That's a good amount for a day, I think.
Yeah, and like pick them up.
Yeah, I was out here hitting with some young guys, and I was sharing some things that you convey, and I totally believe is when you have BPs to have a purpose rather than just go out there and swing out of your boots. Can you elaborate more on when you go out and have BP? What is your focus, your purpose for the day? What you like to accomplish?
Oh, okay. Well, so first thing, when we get out here, I before I hit, we're all getting old. So you have to stretch no matter how old you are. You can be young, you can be old. You have to stretch. Because one thing with me, I'm 53 right now, and if I get hurt now, it takes me twice as long for me to get back out on the field. So I come out a little early, stretch a little bit, and then after I stretch, when we get ready to get started, I play a little pepper with my pitcher, get my hand-eye coordination, and then my first round I hit 3-4 right field line. I kind of split it up. I'll do 10 in the 3-4 hole, then I go 10 down the right field line. Every once in a while, I'll try and hit a ground ball, over the first base bag, or foul. I'll work on either hitting it over that bag or foul, because I don't want to hit it at the first baseman. So I figure if in bad practice, if I can get that down the first base line or that foul, then I'll be okay if I want to try it in the game with less than 2 strikes. But and then and also how I split my 3-4. I'll try and go 5 1-hopper, 5 line drive. Not that it's gonna happen every time you do it, but I try and do it. I try and do it anyway. And same thing down the right field line. I try and tuck it in that corner if I can. Have it running away from the right fielder. But I get that, and I still try and start, instead of starting that ball over the first baseman head, I still start the 3-4 hole and work it to that line.
Okay. If there's, as long as I've been playing against you, I've never known you. I mean, I'm not saying you can't do it, but I've known that you're not like a finesse hitter in the sense that you kind of hover stress the ball into the hole. I've always seen you kind of guy having. So I mean, do you have three outlets, like three areas that you're looking to hit the ball?
Yeah,
And to add to my question, when I mean you don't finesse it, I always you don't really miss the ball. You're always seems like you're driving that hole, and it's hard to really dictate where you're at. And finesse, I don't see you like trying to slap it or pepper it. It's always just going hard to that hole. So can you tell me like
yeah.
maybe your approach going into the batter's box and what you're looking for?
Like okay, my at bat, my I, you know, first first I'm thinking right center gap. You know, it all depends on the situation for one, but I'm always thinking in that right center gap because because to hit that ball in that gap outside or inside, you gotta let the ball travel a little bit.
Mm,
So if I'm thinking that gap, and if it is if it is inside, I just make that adjustment, and then I go my left center gap. But it all depends on the situation. Even with bases loaded,
mm-hmm.
I never think home run. I never think that unless I got two strikes. I never go out there with less than two strikes thinking I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna hit a home run because you know how we have limits.
Yeah,
So if I can hit that gap, score two runs, and still have like two guys on, I just we just picked up 6 runs instead of four on a grand slam.
right.
Yeah, with the next guy.
Yeah, having I think that's also having faith in the guy behind you, knowing he can do almost as as much you could do, but in 300-foot fences, I think the guy where you bat is
Yeah,
going to be able to do it as well.
yeah. I'm always base hit first, and then
Yeah.
if less than two strikes, I know with two strikes I kind of open up a little bit.
Hmm.
I go harder in the gap. If it go, it go.
Yeah. So I was going to ask, show me what kind of grip do you use? Do you put them over the knob? Do you have your hands on? Do you grip the bat regularly? What kind of grip
Well,
do you kind of do with the bat?
yeah. Hold on. Let me grab my bat here and I'll show you. Cool. Thank you. So I use it's not a traditional baseball grip, but
Uh huh.
I like one finger overlap. Hold on. So I my pinky on the knob, and then I overlap my pinky like a modified baseball grip, like that. It's like I basically hold the top bat with just these four fingers, and this is sits overlaps my bottom hand. It helps me with that with a little whip, and it makes that bat probably an inch longer. I used to two fingers overlap, and the reason I went to that because I broke my ring finger. I broke my ring finger. I want to stop playing, so I just said, okay, well, I tried a two finger overlap. I did that until this finger stopped hurting. Then I went back to my traditional grip. If you got strong hands, that's great. You know, I can hit like that, but I feel like I got more control of my bat head if I use the traditional the modified baseball grip.
Did you find that grip kind of experimenting for yourself on what would work for you? Maybe or well, first off, who are some hitters that you've coming up in softball that maybe hit BP with, or you looked up to, or had good conversations that kind of helped influence your style of hitting?
Right, okay, so when I started like long time ago,
And
Luna
the
Bat
name,
days.
whatever.
Yeah, and this guy, Todd Martin,
Oh,
this guy
okay.
Todd Martin, he played for all the big teams back in the day, Hague, but he wasn't a big guy. He's probably 6 foot, 6'1", but he wasn't a big guy, but he was shaped like a baseball player or
He
like a
was
golfer.
considered. Wait, he was considered one of the best guys at one time, right? It was Mondo Five
Yeah,
Man, right? That's
yeah,
okay. I got you now.
and
Yeah.
he can do it all. He base hit, he can hit for power, he play infield, played outfield, pitch. He did it all, and so I saw that like coming up. and I kind of took a little from him, and actually played with Larry Carter, Derek Williams. I took a little from those guys, and I didn't want to mimic those guys. I just took a little from each guy, and took the stuff that I know, brought it out to batting practice, and saw work for me.
Uh-huh.
Like I
I
tell
agree
guys
with
this
that.
all, like I
It's
tell
kind of
guys all the
sprinkle.
time.
So,
Especially younger guys. I said, look, man, if you go to these tournaments, go watch these guys play. I know it may be boring, but go watch these guys play. It's more than just hitting home runs. They got to play defense, and now they run the bases, and throw it around, and they got pop too. So go watch them play, take a look from them, and add it to yourself, and make yourself better.
I agree. I think I told many guys I'm usually that guy hanging out at the softball field because if you want to perfect your craft, you want to see guys that are doing it well, and that's a lot of things. Watching great hitters like yourself and different guys, you could learn a lot just by sitting out there and watching ball. Who's
Yeah.
some guys you admired watching when you were younger playing on the
Yeah,
outside or playing infield?
just watching all the big guys, Hank, Rusty,
Uh huh.
Elmer, Wallace, back Phil Nevin. Shit, I got a story about Phil Nevin. I remember playing them at in Lancaster
Is
when they
that
used
the
to
ex
have
major
Memorial Day
leaguer,
Classic out there.
Phil Nemeth, the ex Major League
No, no,
Baseball
no,
player?
not that guy. This is he's from back east. Not the Phil
Oh,
Nevin
Phil
that
Nevitt, Nevitt, I
was.
think.
Yeah,
T
Nevin.
two
Yeah.
T's.
Team TPS. Yeah, and so I remember playing those guys in the championship game in Lancaster on the big field. I'm playing left
Okay.
field, and he hit a line drive to me out in left field. It was like one of those, should I go get it or should I sit back and wait? I was like, I'm gonna try and make this play, but it ended up dying on me, and to keep it in front, it hit my shins, and I'm talking about it hit my shin so hard. This was in '99 that I
Dang.
still can feel like when I do a certain thing with my leg, I still feel that when he hit me with that ball.
Uh
So I'm
huh.
talking about it hit me so hard and square that when it hit my leg, it came straight there. It didn't ricochet off, it hit me square, pow, straight down. One of the hardest balls ever hit at me.
Was it knuckling in the outfield? Sometimes the
Yeah,
guys in left
yeah,
field don't
yeah.
get. You
Yeah,
get some
kind of
crazy
knuckled down
knuckles,
on me.
man.
Yeah, yeah, it was moving and knuckled down on me. Skip, cause it was early Sunday morning, and man, that shit hit my leg so hard. Never
Oh.
forget that. Yeah,
Hey, so JB, I'm out here with a lot of youngsters, so I want you to answer maybe a question here. Well, just different things. As a new
yeah.
hitter playing softball, hoping to maybe improve their games, what is something you should primarily focus when you're new to hitting BP?
New to hit. Well, the biggest thing with being young and hitting is they swing at everything. Learn the strike zone because 9 times out of 10, if you make an out, it was probably on a bad pitch you swung at.
Yeah.
Yeah, so learn strike zone. Hit strikes. I should coach this little E team, man. I should tell them. I say, hey, man, I don't care if you make an out, but if you make an out, hit a strike, I don't mind that. But if you make an out on a bad pitch, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Yeah.
So and if you strike out because you think it's a bad pitch, I'm cool with that because you didn't feel that was a good pitch. Learn the strike zone, and after you learn the strike zone, learn how to get a base hit, man. On
Uh-huh.
base percentage. Hey,
Yes.
750, 800 will get you seen, and you will probably be on some conference team soon.
Uh-huh. So here's something to add to that: learning the strike zones and hitting the ball. So I've told people, and I'm just curious, the same thing. When you had some of your better hitting tournaments, 800 plus,
Yeah,
were you walking a lot? Did you
yeah,
get a good
actually,
amount
yeah,
of walk? Yes. Okay. I
yeah.
say
I
the
had a
same
lot of
thing.
walk, man. I said, I think 2000, 2007, 2007. That's something I take pride in. But I led the conference that year in walks.
Yeah.
And this is like nationwide. That year I led the conference in walks. So yeah, I took pride in that, and that shows you that I know the strike zone. It's been many times I done been 0-2 and took walks against some of the great pitchers. Because they
Uh-huh.
ain't gonna throw maybe one strike and at bat anyway, because they want you to hit their pitch.
Right.
So yeah,
That kind of goes. I think great hitters, and I felt I'm not saying I'm a great hitter, but I've always felt sometimes I've got myself out at a pitch selection or not swinging at strikes. And I know when
yeah,
I'm zoned up and getting my walks, man. That's your game's
yeah,
going, and you can just do what you want with the ball.
yeah. You know you're seeing it good when you can take that short pitch that hit the plate, and that you knew it was going to hit the plate.
Hmm.
Because that's a good pitch to swing at. That ball that's going to hit that plate. It all depends on where you're standing in the box. But the
Uh-huh.
majority where you stand, that ball that hit the plate is actually a decent pitch to hit, even though it's not a strike, but it's still a
Uh-huh.
decent pitch to hit. But if you
You can
can
cut
take
it.
that pitch, yeah,
You can
if
still
you can
cut those
take that
short
pitch,
ones.
you know, that's when you know you're seeing it good.
Hmm. Oh, okay, yeah. Um, when do you think for young hitters should they start implementing a power game? Because sometimes and it's no knock or anything, because I know anyone out there hitting the ball hard, but when do you think they should do more focusing on a power or a good line drive cut? Like when should they kind of start adding power to their routine?
If you do anything in batting practice as far as power, I would do that your last round. But even then, you want to try to hit a line drive at first you can.
Hmm.
Don't as if you got that. If you got that cut swing, yeah, try and hit a line drive as far as you can.
Yeah.
Because then the if you spin it right, it'll go. If you miss it, that's a double in the gap.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
I would work on that. Try and
Yeah.
hit a line as far as you can, first you can. Then that height will come with that. You know what I'm saying?
I
Don't
around
just
here
get up
I always
there.
tell the guys when I get in that zone, I go get ready for Star Wars, baby, because I take pride on hitting those cutting those balls that, like you said, kind of hit the fence 10 feet off
Yeah,
the ground, man. And I feel
yeah,
once that's established is when you could start driving it for a lot more distance, you know?
yeah. It's like in a game though. Like for me, very seldom I'm swinging for the heels. I'll try and hit a ball hard in the gap. If it go, it's great. And I know if I hit one good, if I spin it in the gap, I know it's gone. Not
Yeah.
that I was sitting there trying to hit a home run. I was just trying to I was trying to spin the shit out of that ball as far as I can in the gap. If it go, it go. If I miss it, I know it's in the gap, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
Very
I could
seldom I go out there and
swing out of your shoes and
I'm
spin
leaning back.
around and
Yeah,
stuff, right? Doing those
yeah,
pirouettes that you
cause
do by the pool, right?
yeah, yeah. Because if you can hit line drives out, it ain't gonna matter if the wind blowing in, in and out on a 300-foot fence.
Mm,
But if you start hitting them balls in the air, that wind can push that ball down.
okay. Okay, so here I got another. I've been hitting with a new buddy of mine, and he started playing senior ball. And when he's pitching to me, he's trying to come with that 12-foot hump. And I tell him, for me, just give me a nice grooving
Yeah,
strike, 6 feet. I mean, do you
yeah,
think BP is beneficial just to get a nice routine arc to get the swing down, or should you mix
yeah.
in a 12-foot hump? You tell me. What's
No,
your feeling on that?
I don't even want a hump. If you told me like both my BP pitches I have, I
Hmm.
have my pops out here and a D'Angelo. They both throw that 8 foot. I just stand at 8 foot. You don't need to go 10. You don't need to go 12. I don't need that because even if it is 10, 12, 6 or 8, you're still gonna hit it in your box anyway. You're gonna
Right.
if it is you're gonna come down within your box and hit it. So I'm out here. That's
I
why I come out here. You know, if you want to work on your pitching, you can come do that some other time. But right now we out here working on hitting. Flip me that 6 to 8 foot biscuit and let me work on my game. And then I
right.
don't want if I'm hitting backside, I don't want you to throw me outside all the time. You can throw me middle in.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to be
I
able to hit every pitch you throw me over there.
I was telling my buddy, I feel once you get the swing down and everything, it don't matter if the sucker's 15 feet or 3 feet, because it's just
Yeah.
having that good swing and knowing how to react when you get your biscuit in that zone, right, Bubba?
Yeah. If that ball come in that box, you hit it. If it's flat, it got
Uh-huh.
a light hump or it got a big hump. Once you get in that box, you hit it.
Oh, definitely. So going back to your game, is there any superstitions you have before a tournament, at the tournament? Any kind of super when you're feeling good with it. What are some superstitions you may
Eh,
have?
It, it's only one thing I do. I do the same thing every time I get in the box. Same thing, wipe the box, go out, take take one cut, come back in the box. I do that every at. I even do it at league. It
Yeah.
it's just habit. It's not like, yeah, it is like a superstition, but that's just something I do every at bat. But one of my big superstitions is if you ever watch JK play, and you can hear it in the live feed. You hear somebody go, I had a bat and I made this sound. I go bump 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 bump. I do that every time I hit.
Uh-huh.
Every time you can hear it in the live feed. Like I've been at a tournament and somebody heard that, they were like, so that's who been doing that. But I make that noise every time with two bats.
I'm
I
gonna
do
look
it
for that.
every time.
Everyone's gonna
Yeah.
be like this, JB. Now every at bat, dun
Yeah,
dun dun dun
yeah.
dun.
I, yeah, I do that every time. I make that click, 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 and then
I,
I flip the bat and I give it to the number 4 batter or whoever hit behind me.
I
Every time.
I think as a great hitter, you have routine because I think a lot of great hitters they don't fall under pressure, whether they're up 10 runs, down 10 runs, 2 outs, 1 out. It's that routine that kind of gives you that anxiety level, brings you down, where you're just in
Yeah,
control of the
yeah,
game, than the emotion takes over you, right?
yeah, yeah. It kind of levels it out. Kind of level me out.
Yes.
I do that, and then I give it to the guy behind me, and then I get away from everybody. So now I'm on deck and I'm watching the pitcher, watching some of his habits, and I do that. I do that anyway. But prior to hitting, watch the pitcher, watch some of his habits. What he does a lot on two strikes. What he does a lot on his first pitch. I know his underhand, but you know,
The
we
science
are,
behind it.
we creatures of nature, so we kind of,
Definitely.
whatever, like some pitches make groovy that first pitch cookie, and then the next one a fastball every time.
Mm-hmm.
Or some throw you two shitty pitches, one close, one shitty, and then here you come with that 3-0 biscuit. Everybody got their own little thing that they do. So
Well,
I kind of all pitches, but I
I
do that, and then
I
after
love your
that,
thinking. I love your thinking, man, because I think that with routine, I mean, that's the game within the game when you're analyzing and seeing tendencies and routine. Because I think whether it's baseball and softball, it all goes into place, man.
yeah,
And wait, you being a catcher, I know you're. I think you're a defensive-minded catcher because you're not just a catcher. You're involved with the game, trying to position people. But
yeah.
share with us about that your catching mentality because I watch it. I watch it.
You know what? Like, and I've been doing it for a long time. Well, I was a infielder slash outfielder. Played defense all over everywhere. Then I kind of got injured, but I always hit. So they was like, man, we got to keep you in the lineup. So they put me behind the plate. But just from being able to, being a guy that played defense, you kind of, how it is. You read batters when you on defense. It's the same way when you catch them. And you can even see it. You can even see it better. Catching. Like I see guys be doing stuff with their hands. Why they hit. I'm like, okay, so this guy either if he's squeezing the bat tight, if I see that, I
Yeah.
let the pitcher know, hey, throw this guy a strike. He's squeezing the shit out of his bat. He's not gonna hit this ball nowhere. It's just little shit I see back there,
Uh-huh.
or moving his feet around. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
little stuff I catch that a lot of people like on defense might not see, and I let my middle guy and shortstop and center fielder know.
We're
So them the three that's gonna be involved in a lot of a lot of balls hit anyway.
Hey, I hope you defensive guys are hearing that, man. You know, JB, we're gonna have to do another show and just talk defense, man, because I love it,
Yeah.
man. I was absorbing that. I'm always that kind of guy. I'm sure you
Hey,
playing against me, you might hear me yelling and going crazy out there, but I'm thinking the same
yeah,
way. And think if
and
you
it's
can get
crazy.
11 guys thinking that on the field. Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
insane?
Oh man. Yeah. It'd be insane.
To find
But
that,
yeah,
it's
what
hard.
is catching. I've stolen it like in my, in, doing my YouTube Let's Say career, stole a lot of strikes back there.
Yeah.
You have to pitch out back there a lot.
Hmm.
Stealing strikes. just little shit, that umpire might not notice. All he notices is, where the ball is coming in at. He really don't know if it's deep or not, but if you can catch that ball in a certain spot or it's a lot of stuff you can do, man, to steal strikes. Them close inside outside pitches, you can catch them and drag them out. Hey, they see a lot of catchers doing it in baseball. I'm like, shit, you can do that shit in softball too.
That's right.
You just gotta be, maybe not a new guy probably can't go by there and do it, but you got an experienced guy that kind of know the umpires and shit like that. You can steal a lot of strikes like that.
Right. One of my
Just
favorite
by
teams
having a conversation.
one of my favorite teams that I ever played with, that we had a group of infielders that did a lot of rotation, was myself. I'm sure you know D. Smith was in that infield mix with us. Another guy,
Yeah,
Dodo, Tommy Sanchez. But we used to have an infield that just rotated around for man, that was fun. It's
yeah,
hard to find
yeah,
a group of guys to trust that feeling, but I believe on the defensive side, it's like football. I'm trying to get you out. And I'm not
yeah,
going to stand there like some phony decoy because that ain't going to be successful. I'm always
yeah,
thinking about how to get you out.
yeah.
Right, Bubba?
Yeah, that's me right there. If I can get in your head catching, I'm gonna do it.
I ignore you, man.
Yeah, if I get you talking back to me, I'm already in your head. So,
Thank you.
listen, and I'm not gonna. I would never say anything that disrespect the hitter
Yes.
or disrespect the other team. But I know my ways of getting a batter out of their little zone. If I know a guy that does the same shit all the time,
Yeah.
it's just little stuff. Go
Softens them
kick
up.
dirt. Yeah,
I always
yeah.
feel conversation softens someone's up or lessens their focus.
And then what crazy, just the simple shit like telling a guy good luck. Man, that can get in their head a lot. Hey man, good luck. Now they thinking about their bat now. Before they was all focused on deck. Now they thinking about their bat now.
Well, let me tell you two I've done on defense that I used to like doing really loud. Either, hey man, this guy's 3 for 3 no matter what we do, He's three for
Yeah,
three. What should we do? Walk him. And I'm hoping he hears that enough to a point that he's like, okay, it's okay to make an out. And
yeah,
another one I've had fun too. Hey, this guy's 0 for 4. He's due for a hit. I can't believe how many times. People sometimes if they get,
yeah.
under that,
And
then I
they'll
got in their
act like,
head. But that's just playing the game, man. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah. I say it all the time. Hey, we haven't got this guy out yet.
Uh-huh.
Hey, just put him on. We ain't got this guy out yet.
Uh-huh.
If he hit a home run and last at bat, last at bat he hit one like 400.
Uh-huh.
Just low
Yeah, yeah.
stuff that as long as they hear you, that just kind of if they hear you, you already, like I said, you already in their head.
Yeah. Those you just turned in, we're talking with JB, Johnnie Baily, Miken Swinger. Some of you may have his bat. Uh, a lot of people are discovering that bat. Very hot bat. So, JB, as a catcher, are there any routines that has ever stood out in your mind that you still remember over years of softball? Like, damn, some that just come to mind right now. Anybody's routine you can remember vividly?
Well, it's a guy. He lives here. He live in L.A. Ichiro. Where he live in? L.A.
Secret names, secret
Yeah,
names?
this guy, his name is I think is Hernandez, but we call him Ichiro.
Uh-huh.
But he does it. He'll roll the bat on his shins, and then he'll come up and then bang his head with it twice. Pow, pow. I'm talking about like not the bill of his hat. He hitting himself in his head. Like it been times where, he been bleeding and shit from that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, Jose. Yeah, Jose. That's his name, Jose.
Well, that's an adios meals. For Mexicanos, we go,
I was like,
adios
dude.
mío or que lástima. So if these Mexicans, he's
Yeah,
probably saying que lástima.
yeah. He'll bang himself in the head with it, and then now he ready. I'm like, I've been had a concussion. He got a plate in his head. That's why. That's what's wrong with him. He got a plate in his head. But him and then Wallace, man, it take Wallace. If they should put a clock on Jeff Wallace to get in the box.
Oh yeah, what was it like? What was the routine?
It just took forever. He'll come up, he'll build a little mound, and then he'll walk out, take some swings. But when he come back, it takes forever. He'll just swing his bat, swing his bat, swing his bat, swing his bat, swing his bat until I'm like, fuck, man, this shit take forever. I was like, I wish I had a chair.
I always thought Bryson kind of went up the line quite a ways, maybe a couple, two shots, and then he just kind
Yeah,
of
but
trot back
Wallace
in. But
take
his
way
routine's
long.
kind of out there, don't you think?
Yeah, he does that, but he comes back and he gets ready.
Yeah.
Wallace do that, come back and like he start another routine in the batter's box. It's like, man, this shit takes forever. Like, get in the box. I want to say
Yeah.
something, he'll be guy, but yeah, shit.
Did any of these did
I
any of
need
these
him
guys
to
ever hit a
take.
good little league bat across home plate to scuff it up? Those little marks that come out when you scuff it,
Uh, and
No.
who else? Somebody else. I see people, write initials and all kinds of stuff. You see some weird
Uh,
stuff catching. He just licking the bat. I seen a guy. He licks his bang. He already got like a lot of spray. It like built up gunk on his bang gloves, and he'll lick his bang gloves before he hit. It's disgusting. You
oh
see some weird.
man. Oh, I bet over the years you've seen your share. How about the first time I actually met you? We went to Black Worlds, the Bossa tournament. How many times have you been out to that tournament? Give a shout out to the Bossa Worlds.
The who's that now?
The Black Worlds, Bossa
Oh,
BASA.
oh yeah. Well, I don't think they have BSA no more. I think it's
Oh
just
no.
BSC. And
Okay.
they used to have BASA, and they used to have U-Trip, BASA, but now I think it's just BSC. They just call it the Black Softball Circuit.
Oh,
But
okay.
I actually I'm on this roster class act, but with COVID, I just hadn't really had a chance to play because I've been on this military restriction of flying. So like certain areas I can't go to, or if I do go, I gotta quarantine myself for 14 days. So. But yeah,
I hear you.
I'm supposed to play, but I haven't played in a while.
Uh, yeah, this week, we had a passing of Carl Rhodes this past Monday. Great guy. When did you first hear about Carl Rhodes' passing, and is there anything here you could share about Carl Rhodes?
Actually, I saw it on Mike Machinko's Facebook page.
Okay.
I saw it on that, and as soon as I saw it, saw the message, I said, "Man, that's kind of that was." And from what I heard, that he was actually going to try and come back and play. That he's going to start playing seniors.
Yeah.
But
Larry was
yeah,
saying he was
so
trying to get him out there.
yeah. But I didn't get a chance to play against or play with Carl because when I came in, he was just
Uh-huh.
probably retiring. But he was, or he just stopped playing. And I seen him play. They came out here when he was with Lighthouse.
Uh-huh.
And but I just, I watched his videos a lot. And he was always a good hitter. He could hit. He had power, and he can throw it around if he had
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
So going back to BP, JB, uh, tell me about some of your hitting games that you like to do when you hit BP, and why do you like having hitting games?
All right. Well, the one the game I do I kind of do it with myself is like if I'm working uh say I'm working 1-4 right in the gap.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and go the one hopper 1-4 line drive right in the gap. One hopper just try and go opposite. But
Yeah.
like and if I can hit 10 ball crisp like that, I give myself a treat when I'm done. You know what I'm
Give
saying?
yourself a new bat or what?
Yeah,
Batting
no,
gloves?
yeah. But that's it. I try and the same thing with the 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and hit ground ball 3-4, line drive 3-4. The same
Uh-huh.
thing with 1-6 and 5-6 and all that. That's the only game I kind of play by myself. But at the end of BP with our power round, we get 12 to 15 swings, and we can see out of 6 guys, we try and see how many runs we can score.
Mm-hmm. Last time I was hitting with Mikey Rod and Tom Langenhorst, there was kind of a new game that we played. First, we did 5 swings, trying to call it, and then after that, the first guy would say what you're supposed to do, and if you don't
Yeah.
do it, you're eliminated. I actually thought that was a cool little game.
Yeah.
Here's another game I like to say I kind of invented it. And back in my area, and those of you guys watching, I call it the sound game. And basically, what we do is we give ourselves points. You get 10 balls. Home runs are negatives. And if you can hit a ball that rolls and hits the fence, it's 1 point. If the ball takes 2 hops or less, it's 2 points. And then we also have a net because the field is 270. If you hit it off the net, it's 3 points. So we accumulate
Yeah.
points. That's
Yeah.
one game we do. You ever done anything like that, like a line drive game differently with points?
No, not as far as points. We used to when I long time ago when I first come out, and we used to hit, and we used to set up cones and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
play the cone game like horse, But other than that, that's about it. I try and all my I figure is if I can hit a spot I hear in band practice, without the
Uh-huh.
defense. If I get in the game, I can do the same thing. I can see a spot. Okay, that's why I want to hit it.
Uh-huh.
Like I'd rather hit, without cones. Like if I'm trying to go in a gap, like I hear on our field, we got trees out in left center. It's a certain
Uh-huh.
tree I try and hit in that gap. I try and hit that gap every time in left center. Same thing in right center. I try and hit this tree. So like if I get to a tournament, if it's a sign there, I said, figure, well, if I can hit this sign, it's gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
Same thing in like the 3-4 hole, 5-6, 1-6, and 1-4.
All right. So here's a question for a young guy who asked me, how many bats do you keep in your bag, and do you have multiple weights on your bats?
No, I swing a 27, and that's all I carry. And I have three.
Okay.
I have two bats that are game ready, and then I have my BP bat. And I got
All
them
right.
all numbered. Yeah, like this, like my BP bat is number 3. You can see it.
Uh-huh.
And then my gamer, one of my gamer is 1, then my other gamer is 2. And like I just keep hitting my BP bat until I feel this game ready. And then once
Yeah.
it's game ready, I start over with another BP bat. But normally my BP bats last me the whole year for bad practice.
Yeah.
Cause
I
I
don't know
hit
if you see, I
it.
use an old piece of junk Easton bat that I hit BP with because I know it's
Yeah.
gonna last forever.
Well, we hit hot dots in batting practice.
Oh.
Yeah, so that saves your bat. It saves your bat, and plus it breaks it in slow.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like if I hit a hard ball, it's our last round. That's the 10 balls that we hit.
So I want to know your feeling with hitting and share with some of these guys when I talk hitting. Like I think some guys they use a lighter bat just to use a lighter bat, and I tell them for me, I like to be really fluid and straight to the ball, opposed to kind of having to hold back. Do you like to be
Yeah.
fluid or hold back with your hand?
No,
So it kind of
I'm one motion. I like to be fluid. I don't overswing. A lot of people say like if they come out watch me hit, and I do like a power round, and they say, man, your swing don't look no different than when you was going backside in the 5-6 hole. I said, yeah, but all it is a home run and a base hit is maybe 6 inches in your swing. You just got to be that much more faster in between those 6 inches.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't. I like 27 because it's heavy enough that I can use it all day, or vice versa, or light enough where I can use it all day. But it
Mm-hmm.
also got enough on it so that if I wanna, hit for power, I can. So yeah, I like a half ounce 27. I can
27.
swing I can swing a 28. If I'm going out playing in an unlimited home run tournament. But
Mm-hmm.
I like a 27 because I can do more with it. I can throw it around, and I can hit for pop with it if I need to. And I don't. If I'm tired, I still can swing. It don't feel like if I'm tired, I got to go to a lighter bat.
Mm. Okay.
So I would say, coming up, you know, get something that you feel comfortable hitting for power and for base hits with, and beat bad practice. Get used to swinging it. Get used to doing all those things with that one bat. Don't think
Okay.
you got to use a light bat to get a base hit or a heavy bat to hit a home run.
Right. Staying fluid with it all, man. So how long you been with Miken and how did that come about?
Mike and I think since 2014.
Oh,
2014, I've been with Mike, and so what? That's 6 years now. And
okay.
I signed with Mike from playing with for the Fallen,
Oh,
because at the time they was a Miken team, and Denny Klein and Adam Peterson, hooked me up. Denny talked to Adam, and that's when Adam Peterson used to run Miken. Well, not run Miken, but ran their player program. And they thought I would be a good fit for Miken, and it's been that way ever since.
mm. So
Yeah.
you're really happy with all your Mike, obviously with your Miken stuff. I mean, you do well with
Yes.
Miken as long as I've been playing against you, especially in senior softball.
Yeah. 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 So yeah, I've been with them now since 2014, and I've been very happy with that product.
So,
Like this year, man, their senior line this year is probably the best that they've been with. They came out with since the highlighters they used to have. I call them highlighters. Them bright
mm,
blue and they had the lime green and the highlighter blue and highlighter red.
mm. I was gonna ask. So, do you think that your Team USA border battle game is gonna happen with Canada in September or not? Out of curiosity, have you heard
Well,
anything about that game?
as of right now, is gonna happen the same weekend as the let's say Senior World.
Okay.
And from my understanding is Canada, because their borders are closed, but they are going to allow the team to come to Florida that weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and but if the borders open up, then you really ain't got to worry about it. But as of right now, from my understanding, is that it's supposed to open up. Well, they're supposed to let them come. So,
Okay. Okay. Um,
but yeah, I hope so. It'll be a great opportunity, to play for Team USA and for senior softball.
yeah. Are they going to be using the stadium dimensions? You think, or are they going to put up the barricade? Do you know yet?
They're gonna have it at the stadium, the same place they had the first tournament of the year. It's gonna be at Vera at the
Okay.
stadium on the stadium field. Yeah.
Do you think? Not anything. Do you think they're going to use the balls that they used out in Tennessee?
No, they'll use stadiums on the. They'll use the
Oh,
stadium ball on the stadium field. Yeah.
okay. That'd be nice to hit those. For a little guy like me who occasionally has a little boo up, after I did the home run derby, I said I ain't gonna try for the fence because I don't think I can get that. That ball just seems like it shot and just it was like a 52 300. Do you know what the compression of it was?
Well, it was a 44 400, but I think it was I don't. You know how the Thunder Advance and all those balls are like maybe double wound, or like wound pretty, like I don't know, was it wound twice,
Mm-hmm.
or it's not as tight as the other balls. But as the weekend went along, I felt like the ball got better. But I would rather hit a 44 400 Thunder Advance.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind hitting the ball that they hit now in the conference, that Pro M ball they hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like the one they use in Vegas in our senior worlds. That rock, that kind of.
Ooh, man, that ball is disgusting.
It was fun. It was fun.
uh,
Made
I
hitting
love hitting that
beautiful. I'm
ball.
sure you enjoyed. I mean, obviously you enjoyed that. I
Oh
love
man,
hitting
I
that
love.
ball.
Hey, if I can hit anything, I'd rather hit that ball over stadiums.
Oh yeah.
That ball is good.
It was good for the game. You had a lot of. I mean, I think senior softball is built for offense, and yeah, it was fun seeing that. Speaking of senior softball, who do you think is one of the name a pitcher that you probably had the toughest time hitting, if there's any, or
And
someone that
seniors,
really makes you earn your hits, work for your hits?
uh, you know, the hardest thing with honestly hitting the seniors, because you know how they put you either on BLD or Sunset, you know, at Worlds,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, you know, you touch a ball there and it's gone. Yeah, it's crazy. But I had, you know, I don't know, I hadn't really shit. You know what? It was the guy pitched for last year. He pitched for Team USA. Uh, he was, you know, because he threw from, you know, if you had 6 feet, he was right at 6 feet. That's how far back he was throwing from,
Oh yeah.
and he was hitting the back of that bat from back there too. I was like, man, how you stand that far back and every ball? It's not like one ball was short. You know, every ball he threw was on that back of that mat. Then when you backed up, you know, he threw it in front of the plate. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, you was swinging that ball every at bat. You swing that ball in your chest,
Yeah.
and you know, and them the hardest ones to keep in the park half the time. Especially if you hit it good, it's like it's gone. Yeah.
Mm. Well, hey, JB, I see my cousin Mondo's online. Say, what's up, Mondo? He's holding your bat tight right now.
Hey, what's happening, Mondo? Hey,
Yeah,
it's a good
little
bat, brother.
Papa. Give him
It's
a
a good
shout
bat. I'm
out.
telling you,
Huh?
it's a real good bat, and they whatever they did to this year's senior model bats, they did an outstanding job. That guy, whoever did these, should be a mad scientist.
Yeah, I have to
Yeah,
say they came out and there's a lot of bats out there people were using as their bat of choice
how you
that you were
doing?
seeing out there. But like I said lately, I'm starting to see your Johnny Baily bat out there, and I think it's great. I'm happy for you. Do you remember my little joke out there in Tennessee when you were flinging bats around? And I
Oh
told you, hey,
yeah,
if it doesn't have your name on it, you're just gonna chuck them on everything else.
yeah,
There you
yeah.
go, huh?
If you got my name on it, I'm gonna hand it to you. Yeah,
Right
yeah,
off.
it was a
So,
good time.
what do you like to do after a long day at BP? Just head home? Do you do lunch? What do you got going on for the rest
You
of the
know what?
day?
You know what? Before COVID, over here at North Island, where we hit at, it's a bowling alley. We used to always after we hit lunch, we'll go over there. They have a bowler burger, man, best hamburger. I feel the best hamburger in San Diego. I ain't gonna lie. I've been to Hodad's. I've had all these nice little hamburgers out downtown.
Uh-huh.
This is a little bowling alley over here on base, man. We go over there and they got catfish nuggets. They used to have chicken gizzards, but they stopped
Chicken
making them.
gizzards.
But man, they bowler burgers is the bomb. And what we used to do to rookies when like somebody young, you know, could come out and hit with us that hadn't hit with us before, we'll go over there and eat. They have to buy bowler burger round. So
Right on.
Fee, if you watching, you owe us bowler burgers since it's been closed. It's been coming out here.
Well, you should have a shirt that says bowling burger, so when you do those home run derbies, you can be sporting
I know, huh? I
bowling
can pass
burgers,
them out.
man.
Yeah, I
Right
should
on,
get some
bowling burger.
made.
So, JB, I'm gonna be rounding our interview. I really appreciate your time. I'm here with Miken Swinger, Johnny Baily. Is there any kind of shout outs you like to give out, whether it's Miken Sports or the guys you hit or teammates? Anything like to shoot
Man,
out there for anybody out in video land?
well, yeah. I want first of all, I wanna thank Jason Kendricks and Michael Sports for allowing me to swing some of the best product on the market. And man, my BP partners, man, they give me much love than anybody. You know, I can't do no wrong in their eyes. You know, and that's how we all feel about each other. You know, that's Eric Overstreet, D'Angelo Overstreet,
Yeah.
DeAndre Overstreet, and Fee. Even though she swing Eastern, she's still part of the family.
Bet you that's
Yeah,
fun out there,
and
JB.
but but one thing I do want to say is I don't know if anybody going to St. George in like a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to St. George in a couple of weeks or going to World in a month, man, hey, kind of look around and see who you see out there. Yeah, you may see something special.
What's that?
I said you may see something special.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
keep your eyes open when you're in St. George and at Worlds.
I've seen that. I even joke with people sometimes in games, man. Sometimes I take the field. You may see something you never seen before, man. I agree that.
Yeah,
I enjoy
yeah,
watching the game and seeing great hitting, great plays, and all that. All right, buddy. Well,
yeah.
I want to appreciate, or unless you have any more shout outs or anything you'd like to share out there.
Man, just the whole Miken family, dog. Big Tom,
Okay.
yeah,
Right on, Buff.
Big Tom, man, the whole Michael family, man. Just a big shout out. Hey, I hope to see you guys soon. Hey, everybody, stay safe, man. Mask up. I don't have my mask on now because I'm the only one sitting here in the dugout. But when we out there taking batting practice and stuff like that, everybody got their mask with you. And we always keep our 6 feet. So if you can while you're out there batting practice or at these tournaments, try and stay safe as you can, man. If you can wear a mask, do it. I
Right.
won't
I
hate you
tell.
if you don't. So
Yeah. Well, hey, I appreciate your time, brother. Keep swinging it. Enjoy seeing the videos and stuff. Um, Thank you very much. You enjoy your rest of your day, and I hope you have your favorite waitress at Bowling Burger right now.
yeah, all right, then. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, take care, man. You be safe.
All right, you have a good one.
So, what's up, Chris? I was hoping you were out there yesterday. We just finished up chat rapping with Miken Swinger, Johnnie, JB, Baily, one of the finest hitters. As he said, if you're out in Utah, go check out some of those professional hitters and how they go and their approach. Recap some of you guys. I like what he said. He doesn't have multiple weight bats. I'm sure some people are different, but a guy with his credentials, he's straight across. VP, he doesn't look for the 12-foot arc. He just likes that nice 6 to 8 foot biscuit, working on his hands and driving through the ball. What's up, Bruce? Thanks for coming on. Um, yeah, as I said, JB's signature series, Johnnie Baily bat is really hot right now. If you got one, hold on to it because a lot of people are looking for that bat right there. One thing I want to share yesterday when we had the scrimmage that we had in our little secret area, it wasn't an 831 area, it was a little deceitful there. But going into our second game, we were shut down for not having social distancing, and there was a phone call pretty much in my local area, which was too bad. But hey, it is what it is. So they had shut us down. Hoping to get some more games in anywhere you're at. If you get your VPN or your little scrimmage game, the key is not to let yourself be known. Make sure the field looks a lot more cleaner than it was when you got there. Pick up, share the field. Today when we were hitting, we had a family, we had a little party, they wanted to play soccer. So we kind of took away, they're actually still out here if you really want to see out in right field. So we kind of shared the field, and that's good community. But do those things. I got some more good interviews coming up. I'm going to be meeting up with Larry Carter. We're going to be chatting up. I'm supposed to be taking some BP and interview Vic Cordova. So I got some good things lining up. Those of you who shared, shouting out, you like the show, like how we're going, just connecting everybody in the softball community, senior softball, as well as men's and women's softball. That's all we're trying to do to connect. Myself and the great JBI, we got some good ideas that we're going to try to help ETH raise a little money to finish their run going to Worlds and finishing up with the events they have left on the conference. So anyways, I'd like to thank your appreciation for coming on to the Chihuahua show. We had Johnnie, JB, Baily, did a round of BP for us as well as answer a lot of questions. So anyways, stay safe, stay swinging, stay limber, and as CD says, stay ready so you don't have to be ready when you get that phone call. Signing off on this Sunday.